Alrighty, with the new era of New Republic upon us, it looks like our next marquee to be quote-unquote releasing will be Carson Teva, not sure how to say his last name. Anyhow, he's a light side attacker, constable, New Republic, and a rebel. I'm sure the constable is just there by default. It's probably not no real synergy there. He's going to be mostly New Republic, I bet. Even rebel's just kind of there, you know what I mean? Anyways, let's get it. Of course, there's no pictures, no gifs or anything, so this is another one of those real crappy kit reveals, but I guess it is what it is. So Captain Carson Teva, the Vigilant Ranger of the Outer Rim, is designed as a light side leader for the New Republic who rallies his allies into a relentless counterattack machine. His Omicron and territory battles transforms his squad into a durable, hard-hitting force that punishes enemies for every action they take. With the emphasis on tracking down threats through stacks of the new debuff on the run, the team focuses offensively on punishing enemies who dare to strike first. Carson wants to keep the peace with his New Republic squad, leveraging retribution to turn every enemy attack into an opportunity for devastating retaliation. Basic ability, on your signal. Deal physical damage to target enemy and gain retribution for 1 turn. During Captain Carson Teva's turn, all other New Republic allies gain retribution for 1 turn. If it is the enemy's turn, attack again. Max 2 attacks. Okay. If it's the enemy's turn, attack again. What does that mean? Like if this was a counterattack, then you could attack again. Is that what this is saying? How would this make sense? If it's the enemy's turn. Okay. Must be if it's a counterattack. It's the only thing that would make sense. Synergies. Carson's basic ability is the engine of the kit. All of the New Republic characters in the era have similar mechanics on their basics. Do something unique when this happens on your turn, and do something else when this happens on the enemy's turn. Carson spreads retribution on his turn, allowing all of your New Republic allies to trigger their on the enemy's turn part of their own basic abilities when they are attacked. Couple that with every resulting counterattack triggering his leader ability, stacking the on-the-run debuff, building permanent offense, inflicting expose, and granting defense penetration up. Pair with New Republic tanks to maximize incoming attacks, and R5D4, whose specials reduce keeping the pieces cooldown. The bonus attack on enemy turns also synergizes with the unique Zeta. Hitting on-the-run targets grants advantage, feeding the squad snowballing critical chance and critical damage. Inspiration, a callback to Carson's role as a New Republic wing commander, the tactical callout before a coordinated strike, fitting for an ability that rallies allies into a wall of retribution. What was this called? On your signal. Fact/clarity. Well, at least they're being a little more transparent, because I've always made fun of this, saying this isn't a fact, dang it. They're making this up and pretending. Well, then now they're saying clarity, so at least they're addressing that they're lying. Max 2 attacks means 2 total hits on the enemy's turn. The initial hit plus 1 bonus. Not 2 bonus attacks on top of the original. Retribution is granted to allies only during Carson's natural turns, not from his counterattacks or assists. That's actually a good clarification, because when I read that, I did think it meant that you could counterattack twice. I didn't know it meant just 2 attacks in general, the regular attack and then 1 counterattack. That's a weird way to phrase that then. They should have just said can counterattack or something, not max 2 attacks. Would have been much clearer, and you wouldn't need to have your fake little fact thing. Anyhow, keeping the peace. Cooldown 4. Deal physical damage to the target enemy 3 times. Call target other ally to assist. Inflict cumulative debuffs based on the number of critical hits scored. So first off, when it says call target other ally to assist, are they attacking 3 times as well? Because that's pretty cool if they are. That's 6 attacks. Second, what kind of damage reduction does the ally have? Normally it's like, call target ally to assist, dealing, 50% less damage or something. What is the ally doing? Are they at 100% damage that they're dealing? Because if so, wow. But if not, then what is it? Anyways, now if you're landing tons of crits, if you have 1 crit, you get offense down for a turn. 2, you get defense down for a turn, and I'm sure you get the offense as well. And then 3 or more, you get speed down for a turn in addition to all the other 2. Synergies. The unique unauthorized operations Zeta grants advantage when hitting enemies with on-the-run stacks, boosting crits for the full debuff suite. R5D4 reduces this ability's cooldown every time he uses a special, and in territory battles, the leader, captain of the Adelphi Rangers, resets it entirely when an enemy hits 5 on-the-run stacks, creating a counterattack to burst loop. The called assist also triggers the leader's retribution on special, keeping the whole squad primed. I guess that's pretty solid. You know, that the one that's being called to assist is actually helping, other than just being an assist. You know, like normally I feel like assists are just, oh, here's a little more damage. This is like, hey, here's a little more damage. Plus I'm doing this for you. Inspiration. Keeping the peace reflects Carson Teva's core motivation throughout The Mandalorian as a soldier who believes the New Republic should be actively protecting the Outer Rim, not abandoning it. The 3 escalating hits mirror a measured response: warning, enforcement, and full shutdown. Fact/clarity again. The critical hit check counts all 3 hits independently. You need the individual hits to crit, not a single roll for the whole ability. The squad stacking critical chance from the unique's Zeta, up to 100%, makes landing all 3 increasingly reliable as the battle progresses. The debuffs are cumulative, not exclusive. Landing 3 crits will apply all 3 debuffs simultaneously. Well, I already figured that out. I said that as I was reading it. Because I assumed so, because it said plus, 3 plus, 2 plus. So I was like, okay, what's the plus mean? It must mean if you already did the other ones. I mean, the 1 says 1 plus as well, but nothing else. It's 1 0. And then 2, it clarifies that, the critical hit check counts all 3 hits independently. Like, that's what I assumed, is that you would need to do 3 crits to get the max bonus benefit thing, the buffs here. Not 1, and it's like, oh, cool, I got them all unlocked. I don't know, it seems kind of stupid to clarify that, but alright. Anyway, it says leader ability. Captain of the Adelphi Rangers, territory battle, Omicron. So this is not only the leader, but obviously a Omicron ability as well. So final attacks. At the start of battle, New Republic allies gain 50% accuracy and critical damage. Well, I don't care about accuracy, so that's kind of lame. Whenever a New Republic ally counterattacks, inflict the target enemy with a stack of on the run, stacking max 10. Whenever a New Republic ally uses a special ability, all other New Republic allies gain retribution for 1 turn. Whenever New Republic ally resists a debuff, they gain 100% potency for 1 turn. Whenever any New Republic ally counterattacks, that ally deals 50% more damage. Whenever another New Republic ally counterattacks, they gain 10% offense, stacking max 50% until the end of the encounter, and gain defense penetration up for 1 turn. Whenever an ally counterattacks, that enemy is exposed for 1 turn. So, what's that mean? When you counterattack somebody, so character X, say, shoots you, you counterattack, so now that character that originally shot is exposed? Just because you counterattacked? There's a lot going on in this leader, which is, I guess, good. You want to have a lot going on with your leader ability to beef up your squad as a whole. But the only thing I don't like is it seems like a lot of it is pursuant to, hey, if X happens, then Y. Hey, if Y happens, then Z. It's not like it's just there, you know what I mean? It's not like, hey, we get this boost and this boost and that boost. It's like you gotta work for it. I don't really like that. Anyway, on the run, we keep hearing about this. What does it do? It says minus 10% evasion and tenacity per stack. At 10 stacks, lose all stacks, take 20% max health damage, can't be defeated by this damage, and all enemies gain a bonus turn. Whenever stacks of on the run are reset, inflict 2 stacks to this character and 1 stack to all other allies. They gain a bonus turn? Like, it's good at first with the reduction in evasion and tenacity, but then they gain a bonus turn? I don't like that. I'm not trying to get my enemies a bonus turn. Alright, so now for the Omicron portion of things. While in territory battles, which is the second best place to have an Omicron, so can't complain too much. Rebel allies gain 50% max health. If all allies are New Republic, they gain 100% max health and max protection. until the end of battle, and 15% defense penetration and offense for 2 turns at the start of each encounter. Oh, whoops, that's a different thing. At the start of each encounter, New Republic tank allies gain foresight until the end of the encounter. New Republic allies are immune to daze for 2 turns. Whenever an enemy recovers health or protection, they are inflicted with healing immunity for 2 turns, which can't be resisted. Whenever a New Republic ally attacks out of turn, they deal 100% more damage. Oh, wait, 100% more? So they're like doing double damage? Well, okay, it's pretty cool. And this attack can't be evaded. And then you also inflict the target enemy with a stack of On the Run and call a random New Republic ally to assist. Whenever an enemy gains 5 stacks of On the Run, reset the cooldown of Keeping the Peace. NN. The first time each New Republic ally falls below 50% health, they gain damage immunity for 1 turn. Whenever a New Republic ally defeats an enemy, inflict Death Mark on the strongest enemy for 2 turns, which can't be resisted, and expose all other enemies for 2 turns. What did this say? Blah, blah. Whenever a New Republic ally defeats an enemy? Oh, so whenever I defeat an enemy, we could get Death Mark on the next strongest enemy. Okay. That is a weird buff, but very solid as well. There's a lot going on here. It seems to make a lot more sense than the actual regular portion of the leader abilities, so that's good. So yeah, seems to be halfway decent, better than the regular portion of the leader ability. You know, this Omicron is a lot more juicy. It seems like stuff's more guaranteed rather than like in the regular portion of the leader ability. It's like, oh, this needs to happen for this to happen. And it's just like, all right, cool. But at the same time, do I really feel like this is an Omicron? I don't know. Omicrons are supposed to be like extreme next level. This doesn't feel extreme next level. This just feels like a normal Zetaed leader ability. So, Anyhow, synergies. Every piece of the kit feeds back into this ability. The basic spreads retribution on Carson's turn. The leader converts those counterattacks into on-the-run stacks, permanent offense, and exposes. The uniques Zeta turns on-the-run targets into advantage generators, which builds squad-wide critical chance and critical damage, making keeping the pieces 3 hit critical chance checks increasingly reliable. R5-D4 is his ideal partner. His specials reduce keeping the pieces cooldown while triggering the leader's retribution on special for the whole squad. New Republic tanks draw fire and counterattack constantly, maximizing every stacking mechanic. In territory battles, the Omicron turns out-of-turn attacks into a self-sustaining machine. Each counterattack inflicts on the run, calls an assist, which also inflicts on the run, accelerating toward the 5 stack, keeping the piece reset. Also, counterattacks are also solid too for just an easy way to add even more damage. So, you know, can't complain there either. Inspiration. Captain of the Delphi Rangers is Carson Teva's actual rank and posting. The Delphi Rangers patrolled the Outer Rim when nobody else would. This ability captures that identity by rewarding a squad that fights back harder the more it's challenged, turning every enemy action into escalating consequences. Fac/Clarity. On the run's 10 stack reset deals 20% health, max health damage, but can't defeat the target. It leaves them at 1 HP minimum. When stacks reset, 2 stacks are immediately reapplied to the target, and 1 stack to all other enemies. So the cycle restarts rather than ending. The stacking 10% offense, max 50%, is permanent for the battle, meaning it persists through on the run resets and new territory battle and new battle and territory battles. In the territory battle, Omicron attacks out of turn means counterattacks, assists, and any bonus turns all deal double damage that can't be evaded, which is solid as F. Double damage for a counterattack? Oh man. I almost, like, obviously Dooku wouldn't work, but if you could somehow slip Dooku onto this team and take advantage of that Omicron, he had counterattacks all the time. And if he was doing double damage, like, he's kind of weak now and sucks to begin with. So double damage would be solid as F, especially with all these counterattacks. Obviously this won't work. It's not a Sith or Separatist kit, but would be cool if it could work, you know. Anyways, now his unique. They kind of mentioned this up above, but we weren't able to see it yet. So now here it is. Unique unauthorized operation. This has a Zeta. Final text. At the start of each encounter, all New Republic tank allies gain retribution for 1 turn, which can't be dispelled. Teva gains 30% max health, max protection, and offense. Whenever a New Republic ally is inflicted with a debuff, inflict critical chance down and potency down on all enemies that didn't already have it for 1 turn. Also inflict accuracy down on all Empire enemies that didn't already have it for 1 turn. Limit once per turn. At the start of each enemy's turn, excluding GLs, if they have 300 speed or more than Carson Teva, they are inflicted with speed down for 1 turn, which can't be resisted. Whenever a New Republic ally gains advantage, all New Republic allies gain 5% critical chance and critical damage, stacking max 100% until the end of the battle. Whenever R5-D4 uses a special ability, reduce the cooldown of Keeping the Peace by 1. Whenever an ally uses a special ability on an enemy with at least 1 stack of On the Rim, they gain advantage. Whenever a New Republic ally evades, inflict target enemy with a stack of On the Run, stacking max 10. Which we already knew about. Synergies. This is the connective tissue that turns the whole kit into a loop. The leader grants advantage when allies hit on the run targets with specials. This unique then converts each advantage into permanent squad-wide critical chance and critical damage, which makes keeping the pieces 3-hit critical chance check increasingly trivial. Evades inflict on the run. Man, this is confusing to read. Evades inflict on the run, and the leader's 50% accuracy buff helps ensure New Republic allies land their attacks when enemies miss. Fueling more on the run stacks through evasion. R5-D4 is explicitly wired into this kit. His specials keep keeping the peace cycling, and he benefits from every buff Carson provides. The speed check clause is a meta-aware safety valve. Hyper-fast enemies can't lap Carson's squad without penalty. New Republic tanks starting with undispellable retribution, and the counterattack engine is online from turn 0. Whew, that's a lot just to talk about the synergies. Alright, inspiration. Unauthorized operation references Carson Teva's defining character moment, flying an unsanctioned mission to help Din Djarin on Navarro despite the New Republic pulling back from the Outer Rim. He broke protocol because it was the right thing to do, capturing a character who acts on principles over orders. So he's like, yep, F you, I need to do this, mother effer, and I'm not going to listen to your nonsense because somebody's going to die if I don't. Fact/clarity. The stacking critical chance and critical damage 5% per advantage gained, max 100%, is per squad, not per character. Every instance of any New Republic ally gaining advantage advances a single shared encounter. This stacks fast when multiple allies are hitting on the run targets with specials. The 300 speed threshold on the speed check compares the enemy's total speed to Carson's total speed, not base speed. So mods and buffs count. The undispellable retribution on tanks lasts 1 turn, but is reapplied at the start of each encounter in multi-wave modes, like territory battles. Anyhow, and then as you can see, there's a Snowtrooper Commander poking up there, so he's going to be the next one that we're going to cover. Yeah, I guess that's all I got. I mean, it kind of sucks that, CG's over here slacking, not giving us, like, a normal one of those, like, reveal pictures that I always use as a thumbnail, or having any GIFs in here, or anything like that. It's kind of annoying. It's just words. I don't even know who Carson Teva is or what he looks like, but sure, I guess I gotta make it up in my head because, they didn't want to show me. But anyways, yeah, thanks for checking this one out with me, and until next time, which seems like it's gonna be some kind of Empire or Stormtrooper, I said see ya.